Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in to another video. What really happens when you get LASIK eye surgery? And do I regret it? So I got LASIK eye surgery 2 years ago in 2018. It is now 2020, October to be exact. So it is October. Okay, so I have always needed glasses. I have had terrible eyes ever since I could remember. Well, that's not true. Like around middle school, no, let's be honest. Like around elementary school, so from the 3rd grade on, they would test me for my eyesight and already see that I was starting to have a little bit of trouble, but it wasn't drastic. So I never wanted to wear the glasses because you couldn't really tell a difference. The stigma that I had was so slight that you couldn't really tell a difference. So I never wanted to wear the glasses. Well, the problem grew over time. So I was in elementary school and they spotted that I had small deficiencies in my eyesight, nothing too major. Then when I went to middle school, they were like, okay, you need to wear glasses. I started noticing that I had issues as well, but it still wasn't bad. I could still see in front of me. I could still see a far distance away. I really didn't start seeing issues until high school. So high school is when I knew I could not see. So every time I would do my exam, my eyes were getting worse. They were getting so weak because when you have contacts on, your eyesight weakens a lot faster than when you have glasses. And I think it's because something is on your eyes, so you have 100% dependency on the contact instead of taking breaks with your glasses. I don't know what the science is behind it, but basically my eyes got worse. So I already had like a gut uneasy feeling like I'm gonna have Coke bottles by the time I'm in my 50s. Like, it was really, really hard for me to settle with the fact that I'm gonna have to wear glasses or contacts for the rest of my life. It was just really hard for me to go on vacation. You know, I just wanted to swim and not be blind, or sit on the beach and not have clunky glasses on my face. Like, there were times where it was annoying. So I will always see ads for LASIK eye surgery. I always wanted to get LASIK eye surgery, but I always thought, oh, those people are foolish, because if something happens to your eyes, then that's it. Because I was just like, well, number one, I don't have the money. Number two, I don't want anything to happen to my eyes. My eyes are very important. You can't replace them. I don't want somebody to mess up, and I would be the one that they would mess up on. So a couple of years went by, and my aunt got the surgery, and she didn't have a problem. So she got the surgery. She was proof that someone I was really, really close with, interacted with every day, was okay with getting the surgery, but I still wasn't convinced. So fast forward to recently. So, well, at the time when I got the surgery. So it was 2018, and I am now married. So I basically was just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Because my husband normally is a conservative. He's normally like, no, you don't need to do anything to change yourself. I really like how you are. But he was without a doubt saying thumbs up to the LASIK eye surgery. He kind of convinced me that if he had faith that everything was going to be okay and I would have a better life afterwards, then maybe I should try it. So I decided to go for a consultation. So I ended up going to a place in my area. The place that I went to was really, really popular. So it's LASIK. And then I don't know what the name is. I will show it on the screen what the company name is, but the company was and is really well known. It wasn't like some, discount doctor off of Groupon. No, it was the real deal, very popular company. And I just wanted to go in and talk and get a consultation and see what it was about. So that process was really easy. I searched for one in my area. I actually went there. I called first. They set me up with like an immediate consultation. And like I said, it was free. So I walked in, I was really, really nervous, and basically they gave me an eye exam. So they gave me similar to what I would have at a regular optometry office. So the doctor came in really, really quickly. The appointment was maybe like an hour in total, and I want to say even less than that, maybe like 45 minutes. So the doctor came in nonchalantly and like flipped through my chart and basically was like, so you're a great candidate. You know, your eyesight is blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what it was. I know it was terrible. I know it was terrible. He didn't even have to tell me that. The doctor didn't have to tell me that it was terrible. I already knew it was terrible, but he already reminded me of how bad my eyes were. And he basically said, you would be a great candidate. And we have an availability tomorrow. So I was like, excuse me. We are going a little bit too fast for me, a little bit too fast for my comfort. I need to digest this. I need to go back and talk to my husband about it. I need to ask several different opinions because this is going too fast. But basically, he just already knew that everything would work out for me. So I moved forward and I said, okay, before I schedule an appointment, I just want to think it over. So he's like, fine, no problem. Hold on. Okay, this is my child. This is my child who has to be in this video because God forbid I do a video and not include him. So once she broke it down, she was just basically like, oh, this is going to be basically $150 over a 2-year period. Plus it's no interest. So then I said, oh, so basically I'll just be paying the principal for 2 years. Then after 2 years, you still have time to pay it. Key. You still have time to pay it after the 2 years, but you will have interest on it. So the special is we're going to give you the $5,000 up front, and all you have to do is make $150 a month payments for 2 years. You have 0 interest. But if you add that up, $150 for 24 months is not going to equal $5,000. So the catch is do what you got to do to make the payment so that you can just be paying the straight $5,000. Otherwise, it's going to cost you more the longer you wait after 2 years. So you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to pray about it. If I get bad vibes about it, or if I get some type of sign, I don't care, any sign. If I get any sign that says no, don't do it, I'm not going to do it. But if everything goes clear, then I'm going to do it. Didn't get any sign. I didn't get any signs from God that, you know, basically said not to do it. So everything went perfect. The place that actually did it was a lot farther from my house than I had wanted, but it was like 45 minutes away, and that was the closest center. The other ones were in New York, and they were a lot further, so I didn't want to do it that way. Anyway, you can't take yourself to the appointment. You have to have someone to drive you home, because even though when you leave, you will have perfect vision, your healing is not going to allow you to drive home. Because even if you wear glasses, you're not going to be able to see the road and you're going to crash. So they have to see you get in an Uber, or you have to someone actually has to physically drive you home. Like they have to come into the office. Like my husband had to come into the office, and I had to point to him and say, he's going to drive me home. Like that's my designated driver. So I'm nervous. I'm like doing extra prayers. I'm like really, really, really nervous. I see so many people in a waiting room. Mind you, it's 10 a.m. on like a Friday. And it was like a factory. Like people would come in, do what they have to do, and they were leaving. And I had seen people walk out in kind of like a daze, like. So I wanted to just walk up to strangers and like ask them how it was, but everyone seemed to be okay. Everyone seemed to be cool, like they had done it before. So I didn't want to be the only one sitting there, you know, acting worried. You know, I wanted to just show I had faith, show that I was being okay. Because, you know, you can mess yourself up if you're too nervous. You could like make somebody else too nervous. I didn't want to make the nurses, the doctors, anybody nervous. I didn't want to create a problem where there wasn't one. So I tried to chill out. The assistant brought me to a room, and the room was to put the numbing drops in. So the assistant put the numbing drops in my eye. That part I was really, really comfortable with. They basically put many numbing drops in my eyes. So they basically put mini numbing drops in my eyes, and I really felt like, oh, this is gonna work because I know it's fully saturated. So he had me sit there for like 5 minutes, and basically after the 5 minutes, after they let the medicine kick in, they went in and actually did something to my eye. So they basically touched my eye with a device to make sure that I couldn't feel it. So they did it. They touched my eyes, not with their fingers, not with their bare finger and just like touching my eye. No, that's not what they did. They used a device and basically tested to see if my eye was actually numb, and it wasn't painful. It wasn't like they poked my eyes gently, you know, tapped it to make sure that my eye actually took the anesthesia, took the numbing medication, and it did. So I went back into the waiting room, and my husband is just sitting there. Now he's sitting up. He's just like, okay, you got it done. And I'm just like, no, I just got the drops. So another thing I forgot to say. There's a screen of people getting, there's a screen in the waiting room, and it's a TV. And you think that it's past surgeries, but no, it's the surgeries that's happening right now. So you can see it because it's like Grey's Anatomy. You know how the students look down into the surgical room and they can take notes and see live surgeries? That's basically how it was. In the waiting room, there's a glass, and you can see directly at the person getting it done. And then because you can't physically see what's happening, you can only see the doctor leaning over the person. They have an extra video camera at the top that's actually showing you from the doctor's view, up close and personal, what is actually happening. So cool, so anxiety relieving. It's like amazing. They're like calling me back, and they're like, are you ready? So they check me off. They make sure I am who I am. They check my name, my date of birth. They make me confirm all this information. And so I'm ready to be put to sleep. I'm like, please put me to sleep because I don't want to feel this. Like, when you think about a laser going into your eye, you basically want to go to sleep. Like, you don't want to be awake for any parts of this. But no, I was fully awake. So I was so nervous. And everything was happening super fast. Like, just 5 minutes ago, they tested me to see if the eye drops were numbing enough. And now they're pulling me back to the doctor. So the doctor, he is like this white guy, and he is like so super smooth. I had never seen him before. The doctor had a really serene feeling to him. He kind of like put me at ease because he seemed to know that everything was going to be okay. Like, he wasn't nervous. He wasn't too young. He wasn't too old. He wasn't being lackadaisical. I really felt like he was intentional with everything he did to make me know that everything was going to be okay. So I laid down in a chair, and I was nervous. I was extremely nervous. I didn't know what to do with myself. But they put me down, and they basically put an instrument in my eyelids to make, I'm sorry, like, I'm like touching my eyes, but I want to get you to kind of understand what I'm talking about. So they take an instrument to peel back your eyelids so that only your eyeball is like in the way. And like, no matter how much I tried to blink, them things were glued down. Like, they were pushed back so far I couldn't even blink if I wanted to, but they were giving me drops just in case my eyes got too dry. And my eyes were numb. So my eyes were numb. They didn't feel the tendency to blink. Even if I did consciously want to blink, they weren't going anywhere because it was so numb that all I could do is see. So I'm trying not to move my body, but it happened so fast that I didn't even need to do that. Pull back my eyes. All I hear is a machine. So the doctor is actually telling me what's happening. And he's talking to the assistant, so I can hear everything. So they're basically saying step 1, da-da-da-da-da. The machine comes down. They take off the laser, cuts a perfect circle. The doctor does what he needs to do to correct the vision and put the film back over the eye. So the whole surgery took 5 minutes. And when I say 5 minutes, I'm not like saying, oh, it took 5 minutes out of exaggeration. No, literally both eyes were done in 5 minutes. Both eyes were done in 5 minutes because the laser takes off of your eye in like 0.3 seconds. So from literally the time I sat down to the time I got up, it took 5 minutes. It takes 3 seconds for the laser to go, and you hear it, you smell like burning because it's a laser. So that does freak you out. One comes off, he does what he needs to do, puts it back on. The other one comes off, he adjusts the vision, put the lid back on, and then you're done. So they give you some drops, they press it down, make sure you can see, and that's it. So you get up and you can see, but everything is blurry. So you're not completely blind. Everything is not black. You can see. But what it looks like when you actually sit up and stand up from the chair is it just looks like I don't have my glasses on. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like normal when I don't wear my glasses. And it feels crazy. So you don't really feel anything, but it does feel like hair is in your eyes. So they caution you. So after you're done, you get out and you go into a recovery room. And that's basically where a person is going to give you your instructions. So you don't see the doctor anymore. The doctor has moved on to another patient. You are in a recovery room. Someone is giving you a pamphlet and they're telling you what to do and what not to do. And they're basically securing the payment information. They're basically telling you, like, make your payments. So at this point, they've already gotten the money because I already have the CARE credit card. The CARE credit card has already paid for the surgery. Now I just have to pay back the credit card. Okay, simple. You already know how to pay a credit card. So the instructions to CARE is you will feel like you have hair in your eyes. Do not scratch your eyes. If you scratch your eyes, you can mess up the healing process and actually damage your eye even further. So I heard that crystal clear, and that is what I did. Even before I actually got the surgery, even if you don't have, and this is a tip for everyone, even if you don't have laser eye surgery, do not scratch your eye. Guys, I feel like Ray J. Remember Ray J did that video and like his hat was this way, then his hat was that way, then his hat was that way. When I go back and edit this, I'm gonna be in so many different positions because my child keeps running into the camera. Okay, so back to the story. So after CARE, don't rub your eyes. So they make you wear glasses even at night. They make you wear glasses at night. They make you wear glasses during the day. One, because they tell you as soon as you get your surgery done, don't have anything scheduled, go to sleep. Why? Because your eyes, the numbness is gonna wear off and you're actually gonna feel that something has happened to your eyes. And they said it's not painful to the point where you can't bear and you're just gonna be sitting there like, oh my gosh, my eyes are in pain. But it's gonna be annoying and you're gonna wanna rub your eyes, you're gonna wanna do something, and all you can do is just take Advil. Oh, and I forgot to mention that. Before you come, you take an Advil. You take Advil or like some type of pain medication. Okay, so after that, I went home and I slept like they told me. So I slept and I was like really exhausted because I had so much anxiety the night before. I don't even think I really slept the night before. So I was actually happy to take a nap. So I took a nap, and they tell you to take some type of sleep medication that will help you sleep for maybe like 4 to 6 hours afterwards, just to help you get through that time. So that is what I did. I slept the time away. I tried to sleep as long as I could, and that's what I did. So every time I opened my eyes, I just was like, oh my gosh, like I could see a little bit better. So by the next day, I could actually see. So you can see from the time you get out of the surgery, but it's so blurry, you kind of just want to close your eyes because the wind in your eyes makes your eyes really sensitive. Your eyes are really sensitive, so you really just want to close your eyes because you don't want to touch it. You don't want, as a reflex, to kind of touch your eye. That's basically what I did. So went to sleep, woke up, and I just could cry. I was just so happy. I've never been so grateful that I actually had 20/20 vision. Like, there's not a long wait period before you can start seeing good. Your eye is constantly recovering. So as soon as you go to sleep, you kind of wake up. Every time you open your eyes are a little bit more clear, a little bit more focused, so sharp, it's kind of scary. Did I have any side effects? No, I did not have any side effects. I did not have any issues. I did not have any issues with the way I was treated. I didn't have any issues with my surgery. I didn't have any issues in recovery. Everything went as smoothly as I could have possibly wanted. The only issue that came up, which I thought was going to be a negative to me, was I ended up getting pregnant. So I got pregnant like 2 weeks after I got the surgery, and they tell you do not get LASIK if you are pregnant because your eyesight. They tell you don't get the surgery if you are pregnant because your eyesight changes, your hormones change, and it interferes with the medication that you have to take. You have to take drops of steroids as a recovery. That's it. Like, you just have to take like 2 sets of drops, and you have to constantly and you have to lubricate your eyes. So you have to buy artificial tears, which aren't expensive at all. Anytime your eyes are dry, you just put in the artificial tears and you're fine. So you have to lubricate your eyes constantly throughout the day, and then you're fine. That's it. So no, I don't regret it. It has been such a blessing. I don't have any issues. Some people experience like halos or like fogginess or like chronic eye dryness. I never had chronic eye dryness. My eyes are never like just dry. I never had to carry eye drops to lubricate my eyes, so that wasn't an issue for me. I think if you do experience chronic eye dryness or dry eyes, that you wouldn't be a candidate because it would just intensify that. So just keep in mind about your current eye issues. If you currently have current eye issues, like astigma or visual problems, tell your doctor. Don't hold anything back. Don't think like, oh, you know, the surgery is going to cure everything. It doesn't cure everything. So definitely be upfront with everything that you are dealing with, health issues, all of that, pregnancy, because that can just prevent you from healing properly. But I never had any issues. I never experienced anything bad, and I'm 2 years in. So I'm 2 years in, and my eyes are still good. My eyes, I think I was a little bit, I don't know what the prescription is when you're better than 20/20, but I was better than 20/20. When I went back after my consultation, after like a week or two, I was better than 20/20 vision. Like, my vision was the bomb. And I still think I am, I still think I have great vision. The only thing that it doesn't prevent is you needing reading glasses. So you will still need reading glasses once you come upon that age. And I think like in your 40s, you start like not being able to see close up. I don't know what that is about, but basically that's what they tell you to watch out for. So that is my story. Hope this video helps you to get the eye surgery if that's something that you want to do. Don't be afraid. Definitely go to somebody professional. Definitely make sure you do your research about the office that you're going to.